Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine and healthy. We are reading chapter number 12, Reproduction in Plants. So we are learning about the different types of asexual reproduction. In our previous video, we have already learned about vegetative propagation. Today we will learn about the other types of asexual reproduction. Budding is an asexual method of reproduction. In budding, a small part of the body of parent plant grows out like a bulb-like projection or bulb-like shape that is known as bud. This bud then gets separated and grows like a new plant. Yeast is a non-green single-celled plant. It can be seen only with a microscope and it reproduces by the budding. In yeast, first a bud appears or a bud grows on the outside of the cell wall. Then the nucleus of the parent cell or the parent yeast cell divides into two parts, and the one part of the nucleus goes into the new bud. Then the bud gets separated from the parent yeast plant and it forms a new yeast plant, or we can say a new yeast cell. The budding in the yeast often takes place very fast. The first bud that grows, it starts forming its own buds, and these buds remains attached with the parent yeast plant, forming a chain of yeast cells. So all the buds remains attached with the parent yeast cell and they forms a chain of yeast cell. After some time, all the yeast cells get separated from each other and they form new yeast plant, and then these new yeast plant reproduces to form more new plants of yeast. Now we will learn about another method of asexual reproduction, that is fragmentation. Some plants have simple body structures which can break or which can divide into small fragments, or we can say they can divide into small pieces, and these small pieces can grow to form new plants. The breaking up of the body of a plant into two or more pieces on maturing to form new plants is known as fragmentation. So fragmentation means the breaking up of a plant into two or more pieces, then that pieces grows into new plant. This is known as fragmentation. Many times we see green slimy patches on the surface of the water bodies such as lakes, ponds, etc. These green patches are due to the growth of a plant-like organism that is known as algae. When an algae matures, then it breaks into two or more pieces or fragments. Then these fragments or pieces starts growing into new algae. Then the new algae formed again breaks into pieces, and these pieces again grows into new algae. And this process is very fast, due to which a large number of algae are produced within a very short period of time. When water and nutrients are available, then the algae grows and multiply, or we can say it reproduces by fragmentation. Spirogyra. It is a common type of algae which grows by fragmentation. Now we will learn about another method of asexual reproduction, that is spore formation. So spore formation is another method of asexual reproduction. The spores are the asexual reproductive bodies. The parent plant produces hundreds of spores in the spore cases, and when these spore cases burst, then the spores spread into air. As these spores are very light in weight, so they keep floating in the air and they are carried away to a long distance by the air. The spore is covered by a hard protective coat to survive or to protect from the unfavorable conditions like high temperature and low humidity. Due to this hard protective coat, the spore can survive for a long time. When spore land on food or air, then under favorable conditions, they germinate to produce new plant. Most of the fungi and flowerless plants such as ferns and mosses, they reproduce by the formation of spores. Now we will learn about sexual reproduction in plants. The plants that have flowers, they are known as flowering plants. Most of the flowering plants, they reproduce by the fusion, or we can say combination of sex cells that are known as gametes. Flowers are the reproductive part of a plant. The reproductive organs of a plant, they are present inside a flower. In most of the plant, the same flower contains male reproductive organ as well as the female reproductive organ. Flowers perform the function of reproduction in the plants by producing seeds, and these seeds can be used to grow new plants. So before learning about this sexual method of reproduction, we should know the structure of the flower. The main parts of a flower are receptacles, sepals, petals, stamen and pistil. So these are the 5 main parts of a flower. The receptacle, it is the base of the flower to which all the parts of the flower are attached. Sepals is the leaf-like structure that is found in the flowering plants, and these sepals protect the flowers when it is in its initial stage in the form of a bud. The colorful parts of a flower are known as petals, and these petals are generally scented, and the main work of the petals is to attract the insects for pollination and to protect the reproductive organs of the plant. Stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower. Stamen is made up of 2 parts that are filament and anther. The stalk of the stamen is known as filament, and the swollen top, it is known as anther. The anther, that is the swollen top part of the stamen, it produces pollen grains and it stores them. And these pollen grains appears like a yellow powdery substance. Pollen grain contains male sex cells, or we can say male gametes of the plant. Now the last is pistil. Pistil is female reproductive part of a plant. It is made up of 3 parts that are stigma, style and ovary. The top part of the pistil is known as stigma, and it receives the pollen grains from the anther. The middle part of the pistil is known as style, and it connects the stigma to the ovary. The swollen part at the bottom of the pistil, it is known as ovary, and this ovary produces the ovules and it stores them. These ovules are the female sex cells of the plant, and these ovules contain female gametes. The female gametes that are present inside the ovules, they are known as eggs. The pistil, which is a female reproductive part of a plant, it is also known as carpel. So the stamen is the male reproductive part of a plant, whereas the pistil is the female reproductive part of a plant. Now these male reproductive part and the female reproductive part of a plant, they can be present in the same flower also or in different flower also. Now depending on this, a flower can be unisexual or bisexual. The flowers which contain only one reproductive organ, either the male reproductive organ or the female reproductive organ, they are known as unisexual flower. Both male and female unisexual flower, they can be present on the same plant or on different plant also. Example is papaya, watermelon and corn. The flowers which contain both the reproductive organs, male as well as female, they are known as bisexual flowers. It means that the bisexual flower contains both the stamen as well as the pistil, whereas the unisexual flower will contain either the stamen or the pistil. Example of bisexual flowers are rose, hibiscus and mustard. So that's it students. We will continue our chapter in the next video.